Welcome back. In today's video, I will show you how to make a very easy macrame wristlet using square knots. To begin, you will need any keyring of your choice and 2 pieces of cord cut 90 inches. So when you are folding your cord in half, do not do it directly in half. You will have your middle piece, the piece to your right, will be 20 inches long, so that this one ends up being 70 inches. This will be your working cord. So we will attach it with a lark's head knot. So to do that, you will simply grab it like this, send it through. Once you have it here, open it, and then pull these pieces right through. Tighten, and then this piece will be shorter. I will show you what it looks like. So it's shorter because our outer cords will be our working cords. So you are going to get your second piece and do the exact same thing, but this time this cord on the left will be your shorter cord. So you can just measure it against the one that's already on there. And again, just place it through. Once it's on, just open it and then pull those through. If they're not even, you can make any adjustment necessary. So this one for me is a little bit shorter, so I'm going to just loosen it and then feed it down until it reaches and matches the other side. Okay, so now they're just about even, so I will show you one more time what they look like. My 2 center cords are shorter. They are about 20 inches, and my outer cords are about 70 inches. We will leave just a small gap at the top, just about 1/2 inch to 1 inch, and we're going to start making square knots. To do so, I'm going to start with the one on my right. You can start with the one on your left, but do whichever one is easier for you. So you are going to take the cord on your right, cross it over the 2 center cords, use your thumb to pinch and hold. Now take the one on your left, place it over that one that you placed with your right, so that it looks like this. And then you're going to send that piece back, and then switch your thumbs, pinch this one here now, and pull that one through. And then gently tighten. And then you want to pull down on your center cords to make sure that they stay in place. Now we are going to do the same thing in the opposite direction. So take the one on the left, cross it over your 2 center cords. Take the one on the right, place it over that one, so it looks like this. Again, you're going to switch fingers, pinch it now with your right, pull through with your left. Gently pull it up to tighten. And that is your first square knot. When you see this here, that means you're making a square knot using the one on that side. With the right, cross it over the 2 center, pinching with your right thumb. Take the cord on your left, go over that one that you just placed, so it'll look like this. Switch your thumbs, now grab it with your left, and pull that one through to the right. Gently pull it up. Now we're back to the left. Cross it over. Take the one on the right, place that one over so it looks like this. Switch your fingers and pull through on the left. And then gently pull it through like that and tighten. You want to try to tighten them about evenly throughout your project so that your tension is the same and your square knots end up looking the same. If you're new, don't get discouraged. It's okay if it takes you a couple of tries to do this. It takes everyone some time. Just be patient with yourself. So again, because we see the loop here, we are going to start on the right side. So cross over, place that over, and then send it back. Kind of creates like an X, and then pull that through. Go left, place that on top, cross over, go behind, pull it through. Okay, now we have 3 square knots. You can tell because of these. So you have 1, 2, 3. When you go right once and when you go left once, that is 1 square knot. So I'm gonna go a little faster now. And the good thing about this project is that you are just repeating the exact same knot over and over. And if you are using single strand cord like me, if it does end up feeling like it's unraveling, all you have to do is just give it a little twist each round. Again. Lift. So we are going to repeat these square knots until we have made enough to equal about 12 inches. So continue doing them, and then I will meet you back when it's time to close this with the gathering knot. Okay, so when I say measure 12 inches, I mean from the top of your first square knot to the bottom of your last square knot. So it ends up being right around 12 inches. Okay, and then you will have this much left over, and that is fine. You don't want them to be too short. Okay, now we are ready to add our gathering knot. So we will simply fold it in half, take these 4 cords, and we're gonna slip it right over the keychain. So an easy way to do this is to use a bobby pin if you have it, and just grab them and send them through. If you don't have one, it's okay, just pull them through individually. It'll still work just fine. Okay, so now we have all 4, and we are going to try to make them even so that it looks like this. Hold these down nice and flat and smooth. And then I like to make my gathering knot in the back. And I just grabbed a piece of cord that I cut 24 inches. It does not need to be 24 inches, but I'd rather make them too long than have them be too short. So, for the gathering knot, you're going to take your cord. I like to pull it through a little bit just to keep it out of my way, like that. And then you need to make a loop at least as big as your gap. So once you place that loop, and you have that cord right there, and again, just to get it out of the way, you just put it anywhere, just out of the way for you. I like to go to my left, and I just start circling around, and then I use my thumb to guide it, and then you just go directly underneath the last round, and you just keep going. Do it about 4 times. You could probably do 5 or 6. It's your preference. Just make sure that you're at least covering that gap that we had in the beginning and those cords in the front. Okay, so I'll just do like 1 more after this. All right, here it is, my final one. And then you have this loop here. Take that cord and you're gonna put it over it and pull it through. And again, I used way more than I needed, but it's okay. Then you are going to pull, so it looks like that. You're gonna pull up on this. You'll pull it until that knot disappears underneath that gathering. Okay, it's easier when you do it against yourself instead of just in the air. That's why I had to take it off camera. And then grab the 2 pieces and pull to tighten so that you make sure that knot is nice and tight. So now it's time to trim everything and clean it up. First, you could just make sure these are all nice and even. So you could just pull them each down individually, and it's just making sure they're nice and flat against the top, which they are. And some people actually like to just leave this. You can cut about here and leave like a little tassel, or you can just trim it all off. So when you're trimming, just go as close as possible. Just make sure you don't cut your original cord. And then I like to, if I have enough space in my gathering knot, I like to pull that up a little tiny bit just to hide that piece. No worries, but it's not a big deal because you could just do what I'm gonna do for the top, you could do to the bottom. So once you trim, you just get your scissors and just poke it back behind that, and then you don't see all that. Just do the best that you can. Okay, and then turn around and do the same thing with those front cords. If you want to leave it as a tassel, go ahead and trim it wherever you want. Otherwise, you just go all the way up. Careful not to trim your gathering knot. And that's it. Take your scissors and just kind of clean that little bit up. You can even try to trim a little more. I need new scissors. These ones have not been cutting as great as they used to when I first got them. But anyway, it still looks great. That is good. Doesn't need to be perfect. And that is it. That is how you make a very easy macrame wristlet out of all square knots. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you found it helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I will also leave links for discounts for the places that I get my macrame cord. And that is it. Thanks again for watching. Have a good one.